What they do, boss man? Yeah. Long time no see, long time no. Hello. I'm back in the building. This shit ain't nothing new to me. I knew he was for the community. I just love to stick around, get their heart broke. I'm a bounce on a nigga like booty cheeks. Welcome back, Jews and Jems, to my channel. This is Shay. The channel is just Shay. It has been about a good 5 months since I post. It's only been like a week probably, or not even, maybe like 2 days since I went live. I think I've been trying to go back live more often, but let's get straight into the video. So welcome back. I know some of you guys haven't missed me one drop because you have me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Well, I don't use Twitter, but TikTok, all the apps. So you really haven't missed me because you see me all the time. But for the people who don't have my socials, who don't keep up with me on socials, you're probably like, wow, welcome back. Yeah, so this video is to really just talk about where have I been and life updates. I kind of gave a life update earlier this week when I went live, but of course most of my lives I do not keep up because I either talk about something that's exclusive, I get story times, or I just be rambling, using a lot of cuss words and stuff, so I don't keep them up. But for people who missed the live, you're like, dang, what's going on with Shay? Here we are. This is the life update. So I hope y'all can see me. I hope I gave myself enough headspace. I have not recorded in such a long time. This just feels weird. Let me get straight into it. I didn't write down any key points or anything. I'm just gonna start from what's been going on in my life, mixed with a little bit of a story / story times. This may be 30 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Just depends on how long it takes me to really get through the story. But I'll kind of explain my year, being that we're coming into the new year, and everything started really on my Dominica trip. For the people who aren't aware, I do a lot of travel vlogs. I've been to 14 countries so far. In most of my countries, I have vlogged and posted on my channel. As of June, I actually have not finished putting the other countries I've been to since I've been on hiatus on my channel, but you can check out this channel or my new channel I created like 2 months ago called Shay Travels. But yeah, so what happened was I went to Dominica last year. You guys know for the last 2 years I've been taking solo Christmas / New Year trips to kind of bring in the new year in a way I want to continue throughout the year, which is traveling and using that time to really think and get my head together and figure out like who I am and what I want. And those trips are more tranquil, more than anything. They're not turn up fun, let's hit parties, let's drink. That's not really the point of those trips. Those trips are to reset and to plan. We went to Grenada 2023 going into 2022 going into 2023. We did Grenada, which you guys, if you watch that vlog, you're very aware of how I realized like I really needed to make a change with my body and getting myself together and my weight loss. And y'all see the transformation throughout 2023. I went really hard to get all that weight off of me, so that when I came to my next New Year's trip, I could look at myself and, be happy again, be proud, and really like the person I was looking at in the mirror. So this trip that came up for 2023 going into 2024, I didn't really know what I was inspiring to, reflect on. And it kind of just being at Jungle Bay, which is the resort that I stayed, life just kind of hit me in a way that I actually wasn't expecting. And being on that trip made me feel like it's time to stop giving my energy to a lot of things that aren't deserving of my energy, and that I just felt more precious and more, like set yourself away from things that you feel like are draining you, and not pulling so much of the past into your present and going back and forth with people, with the story times that you're telling, and find a new avenue where you can flourish, where I happen to feel like you have to defend yourself on things where people have trespassed against you. And that's where I came up with revelation, as some of you guys seen at the beginning of the year. I said there will be no more story times for 2024, and as you see, I very much meant there will be no more story times for 2024. And that's because during that time, people were getting in the comment sections when I tell a story and being slick and trying to go back and forth, and I'm hiding them from my channel, and antagonizing me, knowing that they've done me wrong, or they were shady towards me. And it just was like, I just felt drained, and I didn't have the time and energy, and I just felt like that trip was so renewing that I didn't want to get back into that space with people again. So that's why I had decided I was done doing story times for 2024. Now, am I saying where this channel is done? I don't think that the channel is done, but as you guys know, we have pivoted multiple times on this channel. We did not start traveling. We did not start with story times. We did not start doing a lot of the things that we're doing now. This was a college channel. I was in college. I was doing college vlogs. I was giving y'all the scoop, the tea. As many of you guys know, I started when I was hiding the fact that I was a dancer from my family. So, we've been through so much. This channel has been around for a very, very long time. We've grown massively. We've shrunk. We've done all types of things. And I always say, this page, although, I do get paid when I actually post, that was never like the purpose of me making a YouTube. I genuinely want to help people and share my life. And this will be a visual diary for me. So when I get older, or I'm not able to live in the moments that I'm creating right now, I can have something to watch back for myself. So I've always called this my visual diary. Hold on. So yeah, this has always been my visual diary, but what has happened, and I kind of walk you guys through January was good, and then February came, and I decided, let's take a break from social media. I feel like I'm always on my phone. I'm always jumping to this app, that app, this app, that app. And I decided I was going to delete all of the apps off my phone except for YouTube. That's what I did. So from February until my birthday trip in March, which is when I went to St. Martin and I went to Anguilla, I didn't have no socials. So I was just waking up, praying, waking up, going to work, waking up, going to the gym. I was locked in for that time frame. And I felt actually the best I've ever felt. And I felt like I had a renewed heart and a renewed spirit, because I really was like not happy with my decision to put out that I wasn't making no more story times. It was like really somber for me, because y'all know I love my story times. Y'all know that. And so I just was kind of conflicted, but I had to take a little step back, because people were like, inboxing and asking, like, am I serious about not making no more story times, and, asking when they can get another story time. And I was watching people not watch my other videos, being that they were not story times. So I just needed to take a little small break from, the world itself. Boom. March came, and this is kind of when my life kind of, for this year, went upside down. Y'all know I always advocate for us ladies getting checked out and, going to see your OBGYN. Make sure you at the gynecologist, blood work, getting tested in between them partners, all type of stuff. So, of course, my birthday's in March. I go see my new primary care doctor to get my physical and get my pap and all that good stuff. And during the appointment, she tells me she notices some, maybe it looks a little abnormal in my cervix. So she was asking if it's okay for her to pull a little bit of samples to have it tested for my cervix. So I was getting nervous, because for people who actually been on my channel for a while, back in 2019, I had a leak procedure in my cervix where they cut cancer cells out of my cervix. I had a significant amount of cancer cells that they located where I was basically out of commission down here for almost 6 months because of all the procedures and the follow-ups and just, it was a lot of snipping, tucking, and snipping they were doing to try to get all of it out. So I had already been through this once, and I just was nervous because when she said it, I'm like, Lord Jesus, like, please don't say the cancer is back. Like, please, Lord Jesus, please don't tell me that. So she asked, we have to set you a follow-up appointment so when the results can come in, we'll talk about it. Boom, I went on my trip. I had an amazing trip. As you guys seen, that is posted on my channel. We had an amazing trip. I came back home, followed back up with her for my test results, and come to find out the cancer indeed was back. And I was like, this has to be a lie. Like, you have to actually be joking right now. Like, I couldn't even process it. And I just was like, the first thing I said is, nobody can find out about this. Like, that was my immediate response to me finding out I'm probably about to have to go through another procedure. And I, had already explained to her I had a leak procedure in the past. And if you guys don't really know what a leak procedure is, I would recommend you looking it up for yourself. But they do cut down your cervix. And I don't have any children. I haven't had any children. I always say I don't want children. But who's to say I may meet someone who makes me happy enough and secure enough where I do decide I do want children. And it makes me nervous knowing that I've already had my cervix cut down once before. And then being that I've had cancer in my cervix, ovarian cysts, and a whole bunch of other things. It's like my warehouse is not in great shape for holding a pregnancy. And then I have other family members who had, basically being bedridden the entire pregnancy. So it's not like we have a great line of, strong wombs. Like, the babies make it, but the mothers barely do. So it's like, I just was thinking about my family line. I'm just like, Lord Jesus, I say I don't want kids all the time, but it's looking like I'm not about to be able to even have them if I change my mind. So I started to feel like, okay, I have to stay strong on the outside, because if I let this get to me, then I'm going to lose my and so, she asked, I do need you to come back so we can, well, actually during that appointment, she was like, there's really a double appointment, because now we need to pull some samples from your cervix, like actual samples. So of course I had to get undressed and pop my twat back open again and let them dig in there and take some more samples. Nothing that I'm not used to. Again, I went through all of this in 2019. So when I heard it, I was shocked it was back, but I wasn't shocked about, having like the process of it all and da-da-da. So she was telling me she's going to send the samples off, and then she's going to submit me to a specialist, which was my OBG/gyno that was assigned to me, and a whole nother company that was really just, So when I called them to schedule my appointment from the specialist, they was like, well, our first opening is not until July. And I was like, are you serious? And it was like, yeah, the first opening is not until July. And I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy to me. Like, y'all telling me I could possibly have cancer and you don't have an opening until July? And so I was like, can you please put me on the wait list? Like, anything that opened up, I don't care if it's a Saturday at 7 a.m. Can you put me on a wait list? It was July 1st. I remember I wrote it down. They had called me while I was at work, and I stopped what I was doing to write down the information for the specialist. So that was in March. Mind you, February, I announced that I was going back to school for my master's. In the process of me announcing that, I had got accepted into school, but I had all this stuff I had to do. I had my FAFSA, I had FAFSA training, I had to do enrollment, financial aid, and a meeting with my counselors and admissions board. And it was more than I actually thought. I don't remember all of this in undergrad, which I probably definitely had to go through all this. But I thought it was going to be a lot easier. Like, I got accepted in February. My paperwork, I could have a process done in March. No, this was like an ongoing thing. From February until June, July, it was meetings, it was impromptu things, orientation. So stuff that was keeping me busy. And so I'm still posting for you guys. I'm still, I'm engaging. I'm still actively doing everything. And y'all don't know a thing. I haven't said anything to nobody, again, except for my mom. Like, I had to tell her, because I'm like, she needs to know what's going on with me. So anyways, no one else knew. Well, let me not say no one else knew. Original Scorpio, which for some people, y'all know who that is, he knew as well, but at the time we were intimate. That was my partner. He was on the phone with me when I would go to the specialist, and his grandma and his mom also experienced this. So he was very comfortable, very attentive during, he would be on FaceTime with me while I was there if my mom wasn't there. So I wasn't necessarily going through it alone, but I was like, as little family members as possible to know about this would be better. I did not tell Nemo. I didn't tell any of my friends, my coworkers, nobody. I just didn't want the pity. I didn't want the checking in on me every month and every week, and making it more stressful for me, because I'm the type of person, if you ask me if I'm okay and I'm actually not okay, I will say I'm not okay, and I'll bust out crying. So I just didn't want to have to go through that. I didn't want to bring too much attention to me, because I felt like I've been through this already. So it's like, it's nothing that I can't handle. It's just a different time in my life, and I have so much going on that I'm gonna have to be strong in a different way this time. So I did try to be strong. It was May, June, and July where I started to experience severe, and I do mean severe, abdominal pains all the time. Not even, my period would not even be on. It would just be a random Tuesday, and I would wake up and you would think my period was on. That's how bad it would hurt. And I just was like, oh my God, what is happening? I was like, what is going on? I would just sit in my bed like, oh my God, this is really attacking me. Gosh, these people have to get me into the specialist. What is happening? I'm still putting on the front. I'm still faking the funk, because I don't need y'all knowing I'm weak right now, but I'm not weak. I'm being strong. So I'm going to work, and I'm making it do what it do. And doing the whole school thing, and showing up for church, and posting my videos and everything, girl. Meanwhile, I'm planning, I went to Belize in June. Nemo's birthday was in July. By that time I had been to the specialist. I didn't even tell Nemo in July, when we were together in Fort Lauderdale. I just was trying to stay strong. For the people who watch my vlog from my church testimony and watch the whole thing through, this is nothing new to you guys, because you heard my testimony where I talked about me discovering that the cancer was back, and crying in church. And that's when I finally told the church members, and having my moment. And so yeah, that happened. July, I went in, and come to find out, they had assigned me under the wrong doctor. They had me on the wait list for not even the doctor I was supposed to be seeing. They had set my referral incorrectly. So this whole time I had been waiting for absolutely no reason. So when they found that out, girl, child. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Long story short, they was trying to get me to get some blood work and not an MRI, some type of scan, a scan of my cuticle. And I got the blood work back. She wanted, my specialist who came in and really just made everything happen, she wanted me to have my scan and my blood back at the same time. So she had set an appointment out for 2 weeks. Put the referral in. The provider she had sent the referral to, they kept saying they didn't get a referral. So then, now you guys, my finances this year have taken such a hit because of the co-pays. The co-pays. I mean, if y'all knew how much money this year I spent alone in just medical bills. I've lost so much money paying medical bills. Did my taxes, like my finances really took a hit. And I went from having almost 20,000 in my checking account to down to only four digits. I'm not gonna tell you the thousand, but yeah, almost 20 bands down to single thousands. And in the midst of me trying to be strong, between that, because I was at the specialist every single week, y'all, every single week, and I'm still not telling nobody. And I'm going through the abdominal pains and the confusion, and every time I go to the specialist, I'm getting more bad news, and then still trying to be positive. School's coming around the corner, and I'm going through some family stuff with my mama, and we falling in and falling out, and then Scorpio, we falling in, we falling out. And somewhere along the line, I just felt defeated. I felt like I can't get on here, and this is how I felt. I had nothing left to give no one else. Like, trying to be strong for myself was one thing, but trying to be strong and sit up here and fake it for y'all was a whole nother thing. And I didn't have that to give. I didn't have the mask to put on. I didn't have it anymore. Like, between everything that was happening in my life at the time, trying to stay positive, somewhere along the line, I had decided, before everything was even, all the testing was done, I had already decided I give up. If she says I have to go through treatment and I need another LEAP procedure, it is what it is. I'm not fighting it. I'm not going to, demand a second testing. I'm just gonna go through the treatment. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, the surgeries. I'll be down and out. If I have to, ask them to move my start date for school to spring 2025, I don't care. I just wanted my health back. So that's when I stopped posting. When I couldn't give anything else no more. When I realized you actually have too much on your plate. You're trying to be everything to everybody but yourself. You're trying to act like you're not hurting. You're trying to act like you're not confused. You're trying to act like you don't feel defeated. But you do. You do. You actually are pretty weak right now. And I had to keep telling myself, it's okay to be weak. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not posting right now because I don't have it to post. I don't want to get on here and fake the funk, knowing all in all, my life is falling apart right now. So, June, after because I only went to Belize because somewhere in my heart, I just felt like this was it. Y'all, and I do mean this is it, Michael Jackson. Like, this was it. And I was, I had came to and it sounds so sad, and I'm trying my best not to cry, but I'm just being honest with y'all. Somewhere in my mind, a switch went off where I was like, I don't think I'm not gonna be able to see my 27th birthday, y'all. I did. I started feeling like I'm not gonna be able to see my 27th birthday. I have to live. I gotta live, and I gotta live for me. And I don't know. I felt so lost. I felt hopeless. And I was trying to pray. And I was trying to be strong. And when I realized I was carrying so much on my back and I was faking it. I was faking being happy. I broke. When I realized I was being fake, I broke, because I'm not fake. I don't fake shit. That's not who I am. I present me at all times. And I literally gave up. I was like, if I die, I die. And I'm gonna die happy. I'm finna go out the way I wanna go out. I'm not finna be a sucker. Like, I'm finna live my life. I'm finna, go to this place I've been wanting to go. I'm finna live my life. If I'm already losing money, I might as well try, but I can't do shit with it, And I went to Belize, and I felt better afterwards. But I just still felt like I didn't have much left, and I was just pretending. I was just trying to be something, to just something. And long story short, I think it took until September for them to finally clear me. She was like, the cancer is benign. We don't got to do a LEAP procedure. We don't have to put you through treatment, but we do have to continue to watch you. My cootie cat scan came back, and she was like, unfortunately, you do have PCOS. You don't have any fibroids, I think that's how you said. No endometriosis. No, but I had 2 ovarian cysts. I still currently have them, which was causing all the pain. I had cysts, and they didn't want to remove them. But yeah, she was very honest with me. She was like, with your medical history, I'm going to be honest, if you do get pregnant, you do want to start a family, it's going to be a little hard. It's going to be hard for you. And I would recommend you coming back to me, your specialist, right when you find out you're pregnant or before you even start trying, because there's so much, especially with the LEAP, your cervix is a lot shorter. It's going to be very hard to carry a baby to full term without, specialist care. We have to, watch you and then make sure, monitor as far as like the cancer not, growing or coming back, or, moving from benign to a different level. And I just learned a lot. I have to go back in January. I have to go back in March. It's not done, but it's manageable right now. And my periods are a lot different now. I feel very weak during my periods. They're a lot heavier. They're a lot different. And I don't know. It took a lot for me to even get back to actually feeling strong. And I don't really truly feel strong. I still feel weak. And I feel like I'm trying to be strong because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to get back to being strong. I don't feel like I have a support system. That sucks. I don't feel like I have a support system. I don't feel like I have somebody I can run to and just be vulnerable with. Yes, I have Nemo, but I don't always feel like I could be vulnerable with Nemo. And that's a different conversation. But my life is just, my late 20s is, really teaching me a lot. And it just was too much for me to come back. And then, by the time I felt like I had something to give, school came along and was whooping me out the frame. I mean, it was I was writing three papers a week and reading books, and I was in class 3 times a week, and I felt overwhelmed, y'all. I felt like I can't win. I picked myself up, I'm getting knocked back down. I'm picking myself, I'm getting knocked back down. I got caught cheating first semester. Got caught cheating, had to revise my paper, got caught cheating again, had to revise my paper. I almost got kicked out of my master's program, ain't even started the master's program. I just had a lot going on, y'all. And I'm going to try to be back consistent, because y'all know I have always been a consistent creator. But when life hits you, and it hits you like this, when life attacks your health, that's one thing. When life attacks your self-esteem, that's another thing. When life also attacks your finances, that's another thing. But when it attacks your joy, when it attacks your hope, your optimism, your smile, when it attacks your vision for life, that's a feeling where you feel like you have nothing left to give, because everything that you have to keep you afloat and keep you sustainable, you have now lost. I feel like I lost everything but my house and my car. I lost what mattered, which was the things on the inside, which was my core things in my core. I felt like I had lost. So it's the purses are nice, and the bed and the house is, of course, lovely. The job is amazing. Car is essential. But when the things that no one can see are taken from you, the things that no one else knows how high, how low those are, that is what really hurts. That's when you really lose your esteem and your momentum and your energy. And that's literally exactly what happened. The things that no man should be able to take were taken from me because of how much I was going through. I just felt like I needed to take a step back. Very much so. Just so much was happening in my life, and it was just too much happening too fast. But I'm trying to be back. Like I said, I go back in January. They have me doing injections. So yeah. So that's a whole nother story. I don't like talking about my health. But yes, I go back for one of my injections in January, and then I'll be back again in March. And y'all just, for the people who pray, keep me in your prayers. For the people who don't, just keep me in your thoughts. But yeah, so I just, yeah, my psyche has changed since this time. I thought my psyche changed the first time. It's like my psyche my mind has just changed completely now, this time around. But I'm hoping that things are better. I want to do a try-on haul. It may not happen. I have a trip coming up and I need to pack because I have a lot of work to do before I even get to the trip. And I don't really have a lot of off days before the trip comes up. So I may not be doing a try-on haul. But if you have me on Instagram, make sure your notifications for my profile is on, because y'all know I post vigorously once I'm actually on vacation. Sometimes I post, of course, not in real time, so the trip may already be over with, or it's not on the day you think I'm on, but nevertheless, I still will eventually post. So my IG is _JustShay, and that's one word altogether. Everything else, all platforms, is Just Shay. TikTok is Just Shay. So yeah, that's it. That's all. And until next time, Jews and Jems.